David got denied last night on the new episode of 90 Day Fiance. Guys, we had an awesome episode of 90 Day Fiance last night, which I thought was going to be the season finale, but I guess we still have more episodes to come. We have to talk about what happened with David and Lana, what Ed said to his mom, which was a complete and total lie, and also what is going on with Jeffrey, Varia, and Jeffrey's new girlfriend, Mary. So let's jump right into this one. And first off, I do have to say, guys, I'm sorry. I know I was gone for a couple days. My grandpa unfortunately passed away on Saturday, so I had some personal stuff to take care of. Real quick, if you guys could just throw out some good energy, some prayers, some good vibes for him, I would appreciate that. Now, moving on to 90 Day Fiance, we have to talk about David and Lana, and oh my god, it was so awkward. David got denied on several different occasions. So, last we saw in the last week's episode, David and Lana, they finally met. We know she's real, and they kind of walked around the city of Kyiv a little bit, kind of. In this new episode, we actually got to see them on 2 separate days go on a date. They went bowling, and it was really awkward, and they went and got coffee, and they went and got dinner, and basically, from what I could see, Lana has zero interest in David. Now, yes, David keeps going to social media and telling everyone, no, TLC and 90 Day Fiance just cut my clips in a certain way, so I look like a naive, innocent little boy that is just running and chasing this Lana lady who has no interest in me whatsoever. That is what David is saying. David is saying that TLC cut his clips that way. I am saying there is no way. Lana isn't interested in him at all. First off, David was trying to show some affection, and Lana was not very interested in it, and she was being so awkward with it. Now, of course, I'm sure David is going to say, oh, she's just shy, blah, 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 whatever. When they went bowling, he was trying to get a little peck, well, you know where, and she wasn't interested. And he even said, if I get a strike, will you give me a kiss? And she just kind of said, yeah, blah, blah. And of course, boom, he gets a strike, and it was so awkward. They even go and they have dinner, and they were trying to talk as best as they can because it's like they have to use a translator app, so they can't really go back and forth. And I'm sure there's probably a huge delay when they're trying to talk. It was so unbelievably awkward. And I'm sorry that I keep using the word awkward, but that's the only way to describe this. And you know, it seems like David's getting more comfortable. It seems like Lana's a little bit more comfortable. So David finally says, hey Lana, would you be interested in crashing at my hotel tonight so we can kind of get to know each other more? We can talk a little more. And David, he's being respectful, I guess. I mean, he has known this lady online for 7 years. So it's not like they are complete and total strangers. And of course, Lana says no because it is too soon. Now, I get where she is coming from because they have only known each other in person for 2 days. However, they have talked online for 7 years, and this is the same person that David is saying that he wants her to, marry him and come to America. So if you are not willing to crash at his place for one night, how are you willing to take a proposal from him and marry him and go stay with him in Vegas? So I just think Lana is testing the waters. I'm sure she has many different men that she's talking to in the States, and she's just kind of feeling out David, seeing what she thinks. And I think she isn't liking what she is seeing because now we know in present day they have ended their engagement because, yeah, sorry, spoiler alert, David does propose to Lana in the next episode. And I guess she says yes, but it doesn't last very long. And now it sounds like that they actually have ended their relationship. And I think she has moved on. She found a different man. She's dating other men in the US to get a little bit of ka-chang, get a little bit of coin. And she just figures maybe she'll meet a really rich, handsome, attractive guy and come over to America. I don't think she is interested in David at all because she denied him in several different occasions. But put in the comments below what you guys think. If you think I am a crazy babbling idiot and I am wrong about David and Lana, please feel free to let me know. I love the hate just as much as I love the positive comments too. It's all fun and games because it is all just reality TV. So David and Lana, that's the gist of what happened. We also saw Ed, which that was just kind of boring. It was a blatant lie. Ed, he came back from the Philippines. His mom picked him up with Teddy. Oh, such a cute dog. And he basically just told his mom a blatant lie. He told his mom that him and Rose are done, which is true, but his reasoning for why they're done didn't really add up, and it wasn't honestly even the truth. Like, he said, yeah, you know, Rose, she wouldn't tell me about her past. She was really uncomfortable about that, and I don't want to have any more kids, and she does. Now, those were two things that got brought up, but how about the fact that, number one, Rose dumped you, Ed. You didn't dump Rose, she dumped you. And she didn't just dump Ed because he doesn't want to have kids. That was the last straw. You know, there's a saying where you have all these different things, and just that one last straw drops, and the whole thing breaks because it was just that last straw. That was it that really made everything fall and tumble, but Ed said that he didn't like Rose's breath. He made her shave her legs. He did a bunch of other crap. He wasn't the nicest guy in her house. He wasn't very welcoming. He wasn't very polite. There were a lot of things that he didn't even think to mention to his mom that actually happened. Of course, his mom, who just seems like a sweet old lady, was just, you know, feeling bad for her son, which is what you should do if you're a mom, because he didn't tell her the whole story. I would be really curious to see how she would react if she knew the whole story, because like I just said, there are two very different sides to the story. Of course, I'm sure she will watch the 90 Day Fiance tell-all where it sounds like Rose tells Ed off. And of course, we saw Varia and Jeffrey and Mary, and this is just like the weirdest thing, besides David and Lana, that I have ever seen on this show. For those of you that don't remember for some crazy reason, what happened very quick is that Jeffrey came back to Tennessee. He was acting like he was done. He was single. Him and Varia are over. He started kind of dating Mary, one of his very close friends. And just like that, he gets a knock on his door. And guess who it is? It is Varia. So that is where we ended off in the last episode. We started this episode with that whole situation going on. And basically, Varia just told off Mary like she was like Jeffrey's wife. Like, she really told her off. She even admitted later on in the episode, yeah, I was being a little bit rude. I was just kind of overreacting, but I can get where Varia is coming from because she just flew like 20 plus hours. I'm sure she spent a ton of money if she actually did buy her own ticket. And she also kind of thinks that she's still in a relationship with Jeffrey. I'm just going to blanket all three people and say they're all kind of in the wrong in this situation, because I would have loved to see Varia text Jeffrey and say, hey, I might come to America. Now, Varia did say that Jeffrey might have kind of known, because she did say that she told Jeffrey that she got her travel visa to come to America. So Jeffrey shouldn't have been super surprised, but Varia definitely didn't flat out tell him, I am going to come to Tennessee to come and see you. But either way, Varia gets there, a screaming match basically starts, and Mary is pretty much just like, okay, I don't know what is going on. I'm going to take my things and get out of here. I kind of felt bad for Mary because clearly it appears that she is Jeffrey's rebound, and I would be humiliated if I was her. So she packs her things, she leaves, and Varia just basically moves into Jeffrey's place for 2 weeks, which I did not expect. My prediction was that Varia was going to go there, see Mary, and say, I am getting out of here and I'm going back to Russia. The complete opposite happened. So Varia is like, I'm going to stay here for 2 weeks. Jeffrey was surprisingly cool with it. I don't know if she's going to stay there as a friend or if they're going to explore more of a romantic thing, you know, when they're there. I have no idea. But then it gets even more awkward because Jeffrey decides, hey, I'm going to go and meet up with some friends at a restaurant, and he brings Varia. But keep in mind, these friends are also friends with Mary. Yes, the girl that he is also kind of dating. And then guess what happens? Guess who shows up? Mary. So I don't know if I even think this is real anymore. At first I thought, yes, Varia surprising Jeffrey was real. I believe the whole thing. But now seeing that Varia is staying and she's going to stay with Jeffrey for 2 weeks, and that Jeffrey, I think, is still actually dating Mary, and that Mary is like okay with it, and then Mary shows up at this restaurant. No way that actually happened. This is the most unbelievable situation I have ever seen. But put in the comments below what you guys think, if it's real or if it's just TLC at 90 Day Fiance making up some stuff just to stir the pot. that. Now let's move on to Stephanie and Erica. We saw Stephanie. She came back to New York. Her mom picked her up. It was a lovey-dovey, very happy, sunshine and rainbows. However, she still has not come out to her mom, which I don't even know if that is needed because I think that whole thing was fake. It wasn't real. And I think even her coming out to her mom is fake. So whatever, she hasn't done it yet. It's annoying. I don't even want to waste that much more time on that topic because it's a waste of time. But I think in the next episode, she will finally come out to her mom. We also saw Avery and Ash, and you know, I'm starting to like this couple. I don't think that they stay together. I'm pretty confident that Avery comes back to the US and she just realizes that, nah, it's just not worth it. It's gonna be too hard, too expensive. Ash has his son in Australia. It's just not gonna work. So she ends it. That's my take on what happens. Avery left Australia. She was devastated. She was heartbroken, but you could see a little twinkle in her eye where she just realized, yeah, this is probably the last time I'm ever gonna see this guy. Oh, yeah, and Lisa and Usman were on last night. It was a joke. Usman got down on one knee and he asked Lisa to marry him. It was kind of actually funny because he had no idea what he was doing because in Nigeria, that's just not even a real thing for a man to propose to a woman. So it was kind of funny. Of course, Lisa, she teared up. She was so happy. He's the man of her dreams. Blah, 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 blah. My take finally is this couple is completely fabricated. Maybe Lisa did fall in love with Usman along the way, but I think it was completely fake just for show. In the last episode, he got down on one knee, he asked her for marriage, she of course said yes, and then just like that, Usman's brothers were there, and about a second later, Lisa was freaking out, going crazy. She just seems to kind of be one of those people that has a short fuse, and hey, believe it or not, I actually kind of do too, not to that level. So when Usman's brothers were saying stuff that she didn't like, she just blew up, went crazy, and she stormed out, which of course is like totally against the customs in Nigeria. So obviously Usman was embarrassed, he was mad, and then that was the last we saw of them, but I already know in the next episode they're gonna get married. So I really, seriously guys, I do not care. Okay, then with Darcy and Tom, we saw Darcy, not interesting, don't even care, so I'm going to skip. Sorry if you guys were curious, nothing interesting happened. And then Yolanda, she wasn't on at all. So that was it, I think that was all on last night's episode of 90 Day Fiance. I thought that was the season finale, but I thought wrong. They just keep shoving more episodes in. And so what appears to be the situation is next Sunday is the season finale. Then the Sunday after that, we're going to have the tell-all. And then I think the Sunday after that, we are going to have the tell-all part 2. So we still have a guaranteed 2 weeks, maybe even another 3 weeks of 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days, which I'm not complaining because no one actually saw love this season. No one found love. Nothing was real. However, it was pretty good drama. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Once again, I am sorry I've been gone and quiet for a couple days, but like I said, my grandfather, who was near and dear to my heart, I loved him so dearly. He was very old, so we kind of knew it was coming, but he passed away this Saturday. So if you could throw some positive energy, some prayers towards me, my family, and everything else, I would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure to comment, make sure to subscribe, make sure to stay tuned for more videos.